Hi, Sara Levin, the Artful Inker here, and today is card 5 in my 10 days of Christmas. So today we're going to be using Festival of Trees. We're going to use this one down here in the lower right. And I have already punched a couple of trees, and we're going to do the last one. My trees today are in Mossy Meadow and Always Artichoke. This one's Always Artichoke. You'll notice that I have my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath my Whisper white paper. That will give me a better impression with my photopolymer stamp. Hold for just a moment. Then we're going to use the coordinating tree punch and punch out the tree. Now I do not want this tree to be full size, so I'm going to slide this in and over and resize my tree. So once I've got it where I want, I'm going to give it a half squeeze so it doesn't move, and there we go. I now have 2 smaller trees and 1 larger tree for today's card. Okay, so next I have a piece of Whisper white that I have cut with the Circles Collection framelits, and the circle that I've used is 1, 2, 3, the 4th one in of the plain circles. And what I'm going to do is use this piece of torn paper as a mask and put it down here near the bottom. And I have my Soft Sky ink and one of the sponges that from Stampin' Up, a Stampin' sponge that I've cut and then added a piece of Soft Sky. So this is dedicated to Soft Sky, and I just want to, there we go, line that up a bit. So I'm going to sponge this ink around, and I just want a light bit of blue so that we're not totally white. Okay, so let's lift this up and I'll show you. This has a little curve to it. Okay, and next I'm going to place my 3 trees. So I've got my multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to ink. Going to add a little bit of glue on each of my 3 trees. And a dimensional on the largest. I think 2. Okay, and I have decided that I would like a little bit of glittery snow, and I'm using Dazzling Details, and I'm just going to add a little bit in here and in here and along the base here of the trees. Give it a little bit of sparkle in there. So now let's set that aside to dry. I have also cut a piece of window sheet using the same circle, and we're going to use the embossing buddy, and you really want to make sure that you have rubbed this well, as the window sheet has lots of static. And I'm going to take the dots from the Festival of Trees and ink those with Versamark. Okay. So we're going to do that here. Here. And I just want this little set. In fact, I'm going to do this because I just want a little group in the middle. Okay, now here's my piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to add some heat and stick to this. And the reason for the heat and stick is that I want to add some dazzling diamonds, glitter, and heat and stick is the perfect adhesive for those. So you heat it just like you would for embossing. I'll be right back. So I'm back, and while I was gone, I went ahead and stamped this small image in Versamark on Whisper White and heat embossed it in silver. And while I'm cutting this out, let me tell you about how heat and stick works. I realize some of you may not have used it. So you ink with your Versamark and sprinkle on the heat and stick. And then you use your heat tool and heat slightly, and the heat and stick becomes a little tacky. At that point, you sprinkle on your glitter. In my case, it was dazzling diamonds, and heat again slightly, and your glitter is adhered. So this is now what my window sheet looks like with all these lovely sparkly dots. So I'm ready to begin to put my card together, and I'm going to start by adding some adhesive to my window sheet. And I'm going to do that at the point where these dots are going to attach to the large tree in the center. That way, my adhesive is not going to show through. I'm just putting some little dots of it here. Sorry to take your time with this. Okay, that should be enough to hold it on. And let me center that on here and give it a little bit of a press. Okay. Can you see what that looks like now with the little shimmery, like snow falling over the scene? Okay, we'll set that aside a moment and let that dry. I have a piece of Whisper White that is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And this is going to be my base. Sorry, left my bone folder in the drawer. And then I have a layer of Mossy Meadow that is 5 by 3 3/4. Run a small bead of multi-purpose glue on the back, and we'll center that here. Next, I have a piece of Soft Sky that I've run through the Distress Dots embossing folder. And this piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm getting slightly ahead of myself. We'll make this work. Gives it just a nice little frame. I want to add a piece of Lost Lagoon ribbon, and I'm going to run some fast fuse across my card and give it a little, and I'm not sure that I got all the way out to the end here, so I'm going to turn this around and pull my fast fuse this way and give it a little check mark. And I want to trim up my ribbon so that it is fray free. Say that fast 3 times. And start that right here and run it right across. Okay. And give it a quick trim. Okay. And now, let's see, where are my dimensionals over here? Here they are. I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of this piece. One more here. And peel the backing. Okay, and I want to offset this a little bit. Okay, down. And then my little base here is going to get just a little bit of multi-purpose glue. And now that I have that in place, I will slide this right up in here. Oops. I'm going to slide it up just a little bit. And then this looks like a little snow globe scene with the snow falling from our dazzling details. And that's card 5 in my 10 Days of Christmas. Thanks for stopping by. This is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker from theartfulinker.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and then click on the link in the upper left and go to my blog, theartfulinker.com. Thanks. Have a great day.